Hi, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining us. Or I say us like there's multiple. Well, there is sort of. Dale's in the background. He's going to be running the behind the scenes today. So thank you for joining me and then Dale in the background. Welcome, welcome. We're going to be hanging out today. I have some of my seed starting things. I actually have a bootstrap tray over here, and I had to get the pink one out because I'm going to be starting some flowers while we're discussing and talking. And I thought that I feel like every week we go through these and we get so many questions, and I wanted to make sure that we spent plenty of time today just hanging out, answering any garden questions that you all may have. So if you all have any questions, feel free to pop them into the chat. We'll pull them up. We'll all chat about them. And yeah. And also, I do want to make sure that I mention every single time that you guys comment, you are entered in to win the free 1 year premium app subscription for the Seed to Spoon app. It's exciting, right? If you don't already have it, I know a lot of you guys here probably have some. I recognize a lot of names in the chat. Hi, everybody. I see Julie Morris. Hi from Massachusetts. And then I see Smart Pots. Hello. So Smart Pots is actually not too far from us at all. We are actually in Zone 7 ourselves in Oklahoma City, and right next to where Smart Pots is. So, I mean, if you guys haven't heard of Smart Pots, you definitely need to check them out here. Let me pull up a picture of them in our garden. So these are Smart Pots right here. And I have a bunch of pictures because we've used them everywhere we live and use them all the time. I am a huge fan of them. They are these fabric raised beds right here, and we grow like pretty much everything in our garden with it. We have about, I would say, at least half of everything, probably more, in these fabric raised beds. And then we have a few wooden raised beds that we've built too. So we have a combination of different ways that we grow and all of that. And yeah, and we're always seed starting too. I have a bunch of seed starts over here, and I made room right here because we actually transplanted out some lettuce and some greens that we had that were looking really good, and we have them right out here in our sunroom in a green stalk tower. We popped some greens in there, and then we have a little garden in there that we popped some greens in too. So it is about that time here in Zone 7, and it's so exciting. So we're going to be doing a lot of seed starting here very soon. I know I was actually looking this week to see when our lettuce window opens for actually growing outside, because we grow a lot of those like indoor, well, sort of indoors because it's in our sunroom. But I can't wait to have like the actual like full bed full of lettuce again. And that planting window is opening this weekend. I can't wait. I'm so excited. But if you guys don't already have the app, make sure you check it out because it'll have exact planting dates for you based on your location. So that's just me and my location that I am. The app told me this weekend. It's exciting. I need to do the giveaway from last week too. Okay, so before I do that, I did say you guys all need to comment and to enter to win. But if you're watching this after the fact, you can still win as well. All you need to do is just comment on the video, and we do another giveaway at the very beginning from last week. So for last week's giveaway, let's see. Congratulations to Brittany Williams. She was our lucky winner from last week. So this comment right here was the one that was drawn. It was, and I thought it was appropriate. I was like, my favorite part of your app is the companions and enemies part. It is her most used part on the app, which I will agree. Like I use that quite often as well. And last week we were talking all about companion planting. Dale, you want to pull up? Do you have the app pulled up, Dale? I don't even know if you have the ability to show the app at all right now. I was just going to show that section real quick. If we, yay! Okay, cool. I was just going to show that section real quick of her favorite section. And I use this part a lot as well. Probably my second or third most, because I use the dates the most often, honestly, like, because I can never remember. And I'm like, okay, when do I need to plant this out? But yeah, so under each plant's growing tabs, their growing guides, there is this companion section. So there's friends as well as enemies. So you can see things that you can plant together or things that don't go well together. So it's super helpful, and especially if you're just getting into gardening and you're not sure where to start. This is definitely a super helpful feature for you. Okay, so Brittany, send us an email at info@seedspoon.net and we'll get you hooked up with your free stuff. Okay. So, like I said, we're just going to be hanging out today. And if you guys have any questions at all, pop them in the chat. And I have my seed binder here. And since Dale's not here with me, I'm planting all flowers today. He should have known better than to leave me in charge of what I get to pick. He's going to be like, "You should have planted some food." But we have a whole bunch. Like, look at this. So this one right up here has just a bunch of brassicas. Here, let me show you guys, because we started this one together, I believe. Oops, dropped something. These are looking absolutely incredible. So this was a mixture of a bunch of different brassicas, and we have I logged them in the app, so I don't have any markers on them right here. But I pulled it up the other day and was looking at our layout to see what was where, and I was like, "Ooh, there's our red cabbage," and I'm super excited about all these. So yeah, these are these. They're doing good. So these are going to be going outside here very soon. It's exciting. So we have those. So now I think it's only fair that we need to get some flowers going, right? I definitely grabbed the right binder here. So I have 3 of these binders. They're very thick because we have a lot of seeds. We love to collect varieties and have so many different unique things. And this is my herb and flower binder that the kids made the label for. I love it. And so I have a bunch of different. I have them in here like alphabetical for. I have cool season and then warm season and then herbs. So I have them kind of separated out like that. Awesome. It looks like Jackie just did one. Awesome. Oh, and Art too. You did the seed binder too. Yeah, it has saved so much time. I used to just like have a box and I would just like toss them into it, and I've tried several different methods over the years, but this is hands down like my favorite way to stay organized for sure. Okay, Jackie has a question. She says, when it says to fertilize at planting and first bloom, does that mean at seed planting or transfer? So whenever it says at planting, so that's going to be whenever you like bring it out into the garden and you're transplanting it out into the garden. So that's what that one's going to mean. Okay, so I have everything pulled up alphabetically, and I have a whole bunch of different petunias, so I'm really excited. And of course, I had to get the pink bootstrap tray. I love these trays too. So if you guys haven't seen these, like these are definitely, besides the Park Seed Biodome, this is the only other thing that we use to seed start. And just because like these are so heavy duty, and plus look at the colors. I was trying to get a pink and a purple one to get started with today, but I was like, I didn't have enough time. I was like frantically trying to fill this all up with some seed starting mix right before this live stream, and I didn't quite make it on the other one, but we'll be doing that soon. Okay. Oh, Mary says planning is hard. Oh, so let me know what part are you worried about, and pop it into the comment section, and we will chat all about it, and we'll make it so it is not hard at all anymore. Oh, I see this question here from. Okay, so what do you do with large seeds like beans in the binder? Well, of course, I don't have my warm season or cool season binder with me, but I have, like those pencil pouches that you put like in the front of the binders that you just zip, and it's like you go in, there's like pencils and pens and erasers back in the day of school, right? I use one of those in the very front of this binder, and I put in like all of my, like, I put in seed tapes or the large like peas and beans, things like that are a lot larger that don't fit into one of these like photo binder things, Thank you, lovely assistant. Wow, look at that. Ask and I shall receive. So here's my cooled season right here. And then, so right here, this is what I'm talking about right here too. So I keep all of my like beans and peas. Like you can see, I'm overflowing with beans and peas because I just restocked with a whole bunch of new ones, and I have a bunch of sections I'm going to be planting peas out. I'm very excited because there's a lot of new, like, smaller compact varieties for small spaces at Park Seed. So I'm super excited to try a lot of those out and like try them in like small containers and all of that. Ooh, Caitlin says thinking of doing smart pots for potatoes this year. I 100% recommend doing that. And that is a terrific planning tip. Like, I will tell you, if you do nothing else in smart pots this year, do potatoes, because it will make harvesting them so much simpler. You won't believe it. And all we do is we just fill up like half of a smart pot, pop in some of our potatoes, and then as they grow, we add a little bit more soil to the top, gradually getting to the top. But then, like, we are dumping it at the end of the season whenever it's done, and it is overflowing with potatoes. So I mean, and it's so much easier. You don't have to worry about digging and raised beds or the soil. And I mean, it makes potatoes so much simpler. So yes, if you are doing nothing else in smart pots this year, do potatoes for sure. Okay. So yeah, like I said, if y'all have any questions, Dale's just going to be popping up questions too, and we're going to be I'm going to be planning out my bed and doing some petunias. Oh, yay. I love that you're loving all the flowers. I've been getting so many requests for different flowers, and I'm excited too, because like these are all flowers that I want to grow too. So it makes it so much easier for me. So if there is any other flowers or plants in general, things like that you guys want added, pop it into the chat. I know somebody requested last week a plant, and I got that added in too. So let me know. I'm working hard to get as much into the app as I can. So if you guys have anything specific, let me know. Okay, I'm pulling out a whole bunch of petunias. And there's like new varieties of petunias this year too from Park Seed that I'm really excited about. Okay. Sorry, I should have had like these pulled out, and I did not realize I had quite so many petunias as I'm down here pulling them out. Oh my goodness. I have 12 sections. Okay, so Dale, can you get this pulled up on the visual garden layout, and we will start planning this ahead because I need to get organized. See, I should have had that purple one planned out just for petunias also. I have so many hanging baskets that I love to grow my petunias in. It's amazing. Okay, so this is a seed tray. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Do a is it a 72? I don't even know. I can't do math like that on the spot. Is that right? Okay, I'm going to take your word for it. Except I think in the way that it is laid out, I'm going to have to like lay it out differently here. So I want to make sure that I have an easy way to go through. Okay. And I love these. They makes transplanting super simple. And they have these holes like on the bottom right here, just like with the biodome. And it makes it so much easier to go through and transplant in there. That will help me stay a little bit more organized. So if y'all have any other questions, let me know too. And something that's great too, I know we get this question often, and it's something that whenever I first started out, it was something that I wasn't sure about. But whenever you are seed starting, you don't have to worry about companions. Because I know that's something that everybody's always worried about is companion planting. If you can like start enemies to technical enemies together in the same area, but as long as you're not growing them to completion or anything like that, you don't have to worry about it. So Jessica says, I'm planning on doing loofah seeds. Yes, I've heard some people just plant them in the ground. Others score the hard shell. Others just soak them. What would be the best? I mean, I would recommend soaking them. I mean, you can honestly like with loofah, I've honestly just tossed these into the ground, and they've done terrific for me. But if you definitely want to like really make sure that it works good for you, I would just recommend soaking them. I mean, especially if you're starting them in the heat or if it's hot out or anything like that, it'll just make it go a lot faster for you too. Okay. I have these Super Bisma petunia seeds that I love. They are I so that's something that's really fun about growing from seed. Uh-oh, not sure what happened there. Hopefully I'm back. I'm not sure. Internet hiccup, I guess. But that's one thing that starting yourself from seed, you can have so many different varieties out there. Like I don't even have every variety that Park Seed has, and I have like I think I have like 15 or 20 maybe. And yeah, I love having these varieties, but they are completely different than anything you're gonna find in any big box store or anywhere like locally that you can buy. Like these are so unique and so different. Like that was something that I loved doing whenever I was last year. Whenever I was seed starting, I was so excited. Okay, potatoes won't ship from you guys to my state. Where do you recommend buying them from? Um, well, I know I'm curious what state you are in because that is interesting. I know we've had issues where we've bought potatoes and we didn't realize that they didn't ship until like the correct planting time. And we double bought them because we thought we didn't buy them. We're like, oh, we must have forgotten or something. But um, I am curious where you are that you can't get them, but I mean, you can probably find them locally as well too. Just won't have quite as good a variety. I'm sorry, because there's so many fun varieties um, at um, at Park Seed. I love them. Peanuts. I actually do have peanuts on my list, believe it or not, because somebody else has requested that before. So I thought that that was interesting. So I was like, ooh, I have never grown peanuts, so I'm definitely going to be having to research that one myself. So I will. I do have that on my list, and I will get it added. Okay, so Idaho. That's interesting because I'm like Idaho potatoes. Maybe because there's already so many potatoes there, and in Idaho. I don't know. I'm sorry. Yeah. Hopefully you guys can find some locally. Okay. Dale, can you pull up a picture of this one because this one is so pretty. This greetings from Jaromir. I don't even know how to say this, but it is so pretty. I am very excited. It's one of the new ones too. Yeah, look at those. So pretty. I love these. Like I'm a sucker for anything like pink and purple. I mean, you guys know me. Anything pink and purple. So whenever I saw these, I was like, "Oh, I have to try them." Okay. So you want to go back to our tray, and we're gonna plant out some things. Well, and like I said, if y'all have any questions while you're going through, and while we're going through and doing this, just pop them into the chat, and we will pop them up, and we'll talk about them. And also, too, like every time you guys comment, you get entered in to win also that free 1-year premium seed to spoon subscription. Okay, so these are the petunia seeds. They are, I know. I wish you could see them a little bit better, but they come in like this little capsule because they are so tiny, super tiny. Okay, so Dale, this was the greetings from Jeromir that I'm going to be doing in this top one right here. Okay, yay! It's exciting. Oh no. I see cinnamon basil sold out. No. That is one of my absolute favorite basils that they have. There should be. I'll check in with them and see what I can find out for you. But there is a really good backup. The is it Siam basil that we have in our store? I'll have to look. There is a really good basil that we have. Yeah. Yeah, this one's a good backup for that cinnamon basil. Okay, so do we need to comment in the live chat or the comment section to be entered in? So this, if you are live, yeah, just comment in this live chat right here. And then after the fact, like if you don't win today and you want to be entered in to win for the drawing that we do at the beginning of the hour next week, comment into this video in the actual comment section. So that way you can be entered in to win again. Oh, that makes sense, Karma. Yeah, they don't want cross contamination, so they don't want to bring in outside. That makes sense. Okay. Almost dropped them. See, it's a good thing that I came in this. Okay, so the next one I have the petunia sparklers. Okay, so do you have any guidance in planning for crop rotations as the seasons change? I have limited space. Okay, so it kind of just depends on how much space you have too. And if you had any sort of like heavy feeders or like squashes, especially like things like that, you'll probably want to try to replenish the soil a little bit before you go through and grow something else. Or if you're growing in like a pea or a bean, that can help boost up your soil again afterwards. Those are my big advice. So like try not to plant the same thing in the same exact spot season after season, or something that attracts the similar pests or diseases, things like that. And then that way you'll have a lot less issues with pests and issues like that. Okay, next one I have is the petunia sparklers. I'll do it in the next 6 right up here. These are so tiny of seeds. It is very difficult sometimes to make sure that I only do like one or two. So whenever I'm planting out the biodome, I do only put one seed in each section just because like they are I mean, it's like guaranteed to germinate. I feel like in up in there, I always call it the foolproof method, like up there. But here, like I mean, there's a lot of other factors too because I don't have a cover for this or anything, so I have to depend on myself to come in and remember to water them and make sure it stays, you know. So it's there's just a lot more errors that can be made. So I'm going to try to put two in there if I can, put one or two. Okay, so Melissa wants to know what's a good fertilizer for doing potatoes in smart pots. Um, I mean, honestly, we don't ever really do a whole lot of fertilizer for potatoes in smart pots. We're just adding in compost after we. So earlier, whenever I was talking about how we were growing them in the smart pots, we would fill up our soil mix for like about half of it. And then we would continue adding on it as it grew. So whenever we're adding on it, we'll pop in like a lot of compost, and that compost is usually enough for them. It does really good. There's also like espoma fertilizers too. I'm a huge fan of all of those. But you'll want to do a pretty balanced one, but more like phosphorus than nitrogen because you don't want it focusing too much on the green leaves. You want it to be forming the potatoes, like the roots and all of that. So more like a 10-20-20 if you're doing like a chemical fertilizer or things like that. Ooh, have you ever planted the night sky petunias? Okay, I'm gonna have to look and see if I have night sky. That doesn't sound familiar. I I don't think so. Is that one that we have? I'm like looking through here, see if I have it. We may not have that one. That's definitely one I'll have to try out. You have to let me know how that goes. Okay. Next I'm doing the Super Bisma Giant Alba here. Okay. Don't have the plus sign on my areas that I can add a plant. Oh, okay. So I gotcha. Thank you, Dale. You're showing me where. So if you are right there on the main dashboard, you'll need to go like to click into it. So go to garden details to go to the My Garden tab. And then once you get in there, then you'll see those plus signs that you can tap on and add a plant from there. So this is how I always go through and I'm always planning ahead. Like I put a video out the other day of like planning my salad garden and um oh yeah, so Dale's showing up here the list view too. So there's a grid view where it shows like what will visually look like, and then the list view if you just want to see them like listed out in front of you in a quick and easy way. But you may not be seeing a plus sign. Well, you see the plus add new plant there too, but hopefully that answers your question. If it doesn't, let us know and we can pop it up more. Ooh, Jan says they're purple with white spots. Ooh, that sounds really pretty. I am a huge fan of petunias. Like there are so many different varieties of them. Like I really do feel like we could spend like the entire hour just talking about different varieties of petunias because there's just truly so many. Okay, so Dale, did you get the last one? We have Super Bisma Giant Alba. I'm gonna go and do this one right over here. Giant Alba. There it is. Okay. Nice. I have so many different varieties here. Oh, I grew this one last year. I thought it was funny. I loved the name of this. It's called Daddy Mix. And I was laughing at this variety, the name, and this is one that grew just incredible for us too. And yeah, look at those. Like it was so pretty. Like the colors was just, oh man, the colors were incredible. Like so vivid and beautiful. And they were probably like one that you would have a hard time killing because I sometimes forget that I have hanging planters places because I grow way too many of them. Dale will attest to this. And sometimes I'm like, oops, I have hanging pot over here behind. Yeah. But this one, like, no matter how many times I forgot to water it was still like thriving and going strong. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna remember that one. And yep, you see, I remembered it. I was like, gotta do this daddy mix. Yeah, so I love doing a whole bunch of hanging baskets, and we do them around the house too. But I do a lot of them in our garden because I have these arch trellises that I mean they're gorgeous. That we typically plant like tomatoes or beans or loofah, even like so many different things from up there. And I like to put like some hanging baskets underneath in there inside of there too. And I put some hanging baskets of petunias in there. It's amazing. It like helps to bring in a bunch of pollinators. And you see, it's so there is always a reason to plant out a bunch of beautiful flowers. Okay, so Patty says when the app says it's time to plant outside, does that mean your transplants also? Yes. So whenever you are ready to, whenever the planting window opens for outside, yeah, you can go ahead and get your transplants out there, or you can start by seed if that's what you're doing too. So it just means it's safe to be planting outside. Hopefully, given how crazy our weather has been recently. My goodness. Okay. I'm glad that you're keeping track of me up there, Dale, because I have so many different ones going down here. Ooh, oh, I remember this one too. This evening sensation, because I laughed at the name for this one too. Oh, I'm glad that you're changing the color of the backgrounds there. It'll help me see what's different for all of these. So that makes it a lot easier. Yeah, it's evening sensation. It's a pun. It's a pun in the name. It's funny. Yeah, I love these ones too. These were super pretty. You see, and you can tell too because I got a big case of these ones. And that's awesome too. Like Park has like a lot of these available in like wholesale sizes too, so you can get like a whole bunch of seeds. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna plant out like this entire thing of just them. So got to make sure I have plenty of petunias all the time. Okay, let's see. Do you do seeds for strawberries or bare roots? That's a great question, Donna. So we actually, I mean, we've done both before. So, but last year was our first year to be doing seeds for strawberries because we've always done the bare roots before. And I will say, I definitely prefer the bare roots. They're just a lot easier to do. Um, just because I mean they're already I mean, they're already matured. They're already about a year or so old. And once you pop them in there, I mean, within like a couple weeks, they already look like amazing transplants that you would have bought from the nursery for like double or triple the price. So I'm always a huge fan of going with the bare roots. It just goes faster, and then you're gonna get strawberries a lot faster too. But it was fun growing strawberries by seeds too. If you want to go even a cheaper route, because that, I mean, that'll even save you a whole lot more money. But you are gonna have to wait a little bit longer for strawberries to happen though. So, um, but I always go with bare roots, and I will say Park Seed always has like really good deals on their strawberry bare roots. So keep an eye out for those because they always have really good strawberry deals. And they have really great varieties too. Like they have a Whopper strawberry too. Um, and like there's so many different ones that they have just flourished for us and completely taken over a 4x8 raised bed that we have, and it's just completely filled with strawberries now. And yeah, it's amazing. Yep. Parksy had 50% off on strawberry bare roots. Yeah, they definitely do have these sales a lot. So every Wednesday, there's what they do, a Wow Wednesday deal, and it's typically an amazing deal on like some sort of either live plant or bare roots or bulbs or even like the biodome, espoma, like things like that. So every Wednesday, it's definitely worth it if you're not already signed up for like their mailing lists or all that. And we typically put them in the app as well, on the main dashboard or up at the very top. If you hit that shop button on a Wednesday, if you come in here and tap that shop button, it'll show right up there at the very top. I always put that the deal right there. Oh, yep. Yeah, we have this variety in our yard too. The Fragaria Eversweet. Yeah, we actually did a oh my gosh, my mind just left me. One of the towers, the planting towers of strawberries, and that was really fun. Like it's just really fun. The kids can't ever can't ever let us get any strawberries around here. So, okay. Oh my goodness, so many varieties, so little space. I have a hard time. Okay, whenever we scan a seed packet that's not in the app list, is there a way to add a picture of the plant to show in our app gardens? There is, Julia. Dale, does the camera doesn't work on yours, does it? Um, okay. Um, well, whenever you go in um and scan the seed packet, if you are putting it in here, it'll show up as like a custom plant, but it'll have like your name on there that you put in for it. And then you can tap this like more, the dot, 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 more. And this is coming soon as well. It's going to say, so you may not see this right now, but I do think you're one of our beta testers. So you may see this if you have the most recent beta update. So over here, you can add a new photo or you can choose from one of the other selected ones as well. And it'll change it right there in the grid. Oh, look at that. Dale's got some. Yeah, so that's coming really soon. So for those of you guys, like we've been working behind the scenes on getting some really cool images and plant icons and things like that, especially for those with custom plants. Because I feel you guys too. Like I want it to look like what it looks like out in the garden whenever I'm planning and doing all of that. So for sure. Hopefully that explained and showed you a little bit about how to do that. Okay. This one. Okay, so Dale, let's do right over here, the next row. I have flash forward pink next. Okay, I'm on the. Yep, I had to verify. I was like, I'm on this one, right? Don't want to be double planting. Oh, okay. So Melissa says strawberries. I've heard it's good to soak the roots in water soluble fertilizer before planting. Your thoughts? Um, Dale, have you ever done this before? I'll get his thoughts on it in chat. But so for me, whenever we do it, we just soak them in water and then we'll go out and plant them out. Okay, so Dale says if it's mild, that would be perfectly fine. But it's not something that I've done before. I've always just soaked it in plain water and then planted it out, and it's done incredible that way. So okay, let's do this Super Bisma dark purple. Dale loves purple and blue. So the next ones I'm going to be planting for him. I'm going to be planting a dark purple, and then next I'm going to do a sky blue. A dark purple. Oh, it's Super Bisma. You can, well, yeah. It's two S's. Yeah, I know. It's it's one word. Sima. Ssima. Oh, there you go. They're all popping up for you there. I'm putting them on the spot over there with all these weird spellings. So I bought a pot of overbearing strawberries, but they didn't fruit much, so I overwintered them outside with mulch on top. Apparently that's where the straw of strawberries came from. I love it. That's funny. Ooh, Donna wants to know if we've ever tried the hanging grow bag for strawberries. Um, Trying to think. I don't think we did last year, but we do have some that are empty right now. But there's Smart Pots has these really cool. Um, they're like 1 gallon capacity that you like hang, and we have them hanging like on one of our raised beds out here, and we put. Oh yeah, right there. I was wrong. Okay, 3 gallon. But it's super cool. It like it goes in there and it hangs, and then you can put something in there and it can like either trail. Like I've grown like some thyme in there, and that was really pretty and really cool. Um, but yeah, we've grown a lot in these. I really like those. Okay, this next one is an Easy Wave Sky Blue that I'm going to be planting. Okay, which section am I on? I'm on this one, right? Okay, yep. Let me get one more. These are so tiny. course, I dropped one in the middle. I think it went in there. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I'm pretty much just planting out. So one of these right here has 10 little seeds in it. And then I just have 6 sections right here. So I'm like, I might as well just pop them into there. But I did have like this one that I didn't use all of because this one right here is one of their larger ones. It was this right here. And this has 100, it had 100 seeds in there. This will last a very long time. Um, but this one, I obviously didn't plant out all of those. But those smaller ones, they had 10 seeds in them. So I just planted out all of those. Ooh, I like the sound of this one. Easy Wave Sweet Taffy Mix. Okay, so Derek says, when is a good time to cut back my strawberries? Missed it before winter. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, you can still do it now. So anything that's just like dead or not thriving, yeah, you can go ahead and cut that back now if you want to. If I guess that is if you don't have like mounds of snow on the ground, but assuming your weather is somewhat like ours, I mean, today it's amazing. It's like my watch says it's 70 degrees outside, if you can believe that. It is, oh my gosh, it's incredible. I know this is only just like a tease, but still, like last week, it was literally like there was snow and ice and yeah, I don't know. It has been crazy, crazy weather. Have you ever grown sand plums? I have not. I I mean, I've had a plum tree before, but I know that's not, yeah, not the same. But anybody else in the chat ever grown this? Okay, so Dale, did you get the next one that I have going? This, oh, I think you're behind on. Did you get the, yeah, that middle one right here is already planted out. That was the sky blue. Did you get that one? The Easy Wave sky blue? E3. We should have a blue background on that. Yeah, change the background to blue. I like having like the different backgrounds just because it kind of makes it easier to look at a glance, especially if you're planting out like multiple different of the same flower or plant or broccoli or anything like that. This next one is an Easy Wave Sweet Taffy. Okay, so Charlotte wants to know, how do you get the latest beta update? Okay, so Charlotte, you're gonna have to remind me if you are, because I do believe you are one of our beta testers. I know your name, but I know all of you guys because I talk to you guys every Tuesday too. Um, but I talk to so many of you guys. But if you are part of our beta testers on the Test Flight app, you'll be able to download the most recent update there. And then if you are on Android, you will go into the App Store to see if the update is available. I think we just put it out this morning. Dale, correct me if I'm wrong. Um, um, Yes. So I know sometimes it takes a few hours to show up. So, um, so yeah. Let me know if you have any issues with it though. Okay, let's do Easy Wave Burgundy Star next. So Carol wants to know if anyone has ever grown thornless raspberries. Ooh, Dale, were our raspberries that we grew thornless? I don't think they were. Okay, cool. So I was like, I remember we had at our old house, we had a big raspberry bush that we had inside of a smart pot, and it did really well. Yeah, that was it grew really well inside of it was I think it was like a 20-gallon smart pot that we grew it in. Okay. Oh, did you get that last one? It's the Easy Wave Burgundy Star right here. Interesting. I had to oh, okay, so Joshua says, how do we get to be beta testers? Okay, so if you want to be a beta tester and you're not already, email us at info@seedspoon.net and we'll get you hooked up to be able to test out any of our newest updates, like if we ever have any bug fixes or things like that. We always send it over to them first, make sure that there's no yeah, that everything works great for them. They get the newest stuff, so send us an email and I'll get you hooked up. Okay, the next one is I thought it was interesting. I was like, I have to see what the case is. This one actually came in 35 seeds. So it's in a slightly different container. So I had to go check it out. Okay, so this is the Pirouette Red. Can you see that, Dale? I'm testing your spelling again. I'm keeping you on your toes over there. Oh my goodness, these seeds are even smaller. Okay. And then I think we're okay. I have one more to plant out, and then like I said, if you guys have any questions, pop them in and into chat, because every time you guys comment, you're going to be entered in to win, and we're going to do the announcement of the winner here very soon. Okay, next I'm going to do Easy Wave Pink Passion. Gotta make sure I do anything with pink in the name for sure. Okay. This is a great tip right here. I dump my small seeds into a little cup and use tweezers, then pour the leftovers back in. Yeah, I definitely could have used some tweezers for those ones I just planted out, because I mean technically all of these, because these are all like super tiny, but most of these are pelleted, so it makes it a little bit easier to see and to plant out. But oh man. Okay. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Anybody. So send us an email at info@seedspoon.net right here. And I will get you hooked up. So um okay, so Dale, do we have winner in yet? Or do you I know you've been busy, yeah. Okay, he says yes, he's got it. Okay, so everybody drum roll. We have a winner. Congratulations, Joycey. Congrats. Email us at info@seedspoon.net. And well, actually, you were already going to email us about being beta, so double email me. And so definitely email me and we'll get you set up with your free year also. So congratulations. Okay. Well, if you guys have any, do you guys have any other quick questions or anything? I just finished planting my tray out. It's exciting. Like I said, I love these bootstrap trays because they are super strong and really heavy duty. Because before I feel like I would be like walking around and like I couldn't hold just this, like it would be caving on me, like concaving. And this, like, it's not even like flexing, I'm moving. And it's pretty heavy because I went through with my seed starting mix and moistened it right beforehand. So there was a lot. So okay, well, thank you all so much for joining us and just kind of hanging out today, doing some planting, giving me a reason to start some of my petunias. So I'm glad that we had this time together. So thank you all very much, and I will see you next week, same time, same place, and hopefully I will see you in the meantime too. So if you're not already following us on like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all of the above, track us down so that way we can hang out before next week. So I will see y'all next week. Yes, yay, very good.